Um, Hello, good morning, mga ka-DDS. It's actually 8:12 in the morning. It's Monday, 6th of October. I go to work at 10, so I have like a little time to discuss the historical, um, the chronicles of the media, how it started, and what are their ultimate mission and ultimate job description. Um, I was just shocked by the insights of spokesman Harry Roque. I thought he was indeed a brilliant lawyer, but I don't know. He is really a product of successful media mind conditioning or manipulation. I have to tell you, spokes Roque, there is no such thing as legitimate media, and there is no such thing as critical journalism, for the very reason that they are created as per the father of public relations, Bernard Barclays. He is the nephew of Sigmund Freud. And if we have to revisit the theory of Sigmund Freud, it emphasizes the importance of unconscious mind governing our behavior to a greater degree that people react, and using the subconscious mind to manipulate the frame, to mold the framing of the mind of the people. He utilized that theory to shape how people behave, how people react, and how people think. And by then, it created public relations, which give birth to what we call mainstream media. So, to say that there is a legitimate media, there is none, because they are created for the very reason of making sure that people are manipulated. So we behave in a way that is being dictated, and we are not aware on that. Bernays pioneered public relations, and he said, and I quote, "The conscious and intelligent manipulation of organized habits and opinion of the masses is an important element in democratic society." Hindi ko aawayin si spokes Harry Roque. Maybe I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it is indeed true for a fact that even if you're a lawyer, will school, will learn, you don't have the monopoly of knowledge. He's a master at constitutional law, criminal law, but who knows, he is not in depth in what we call journalism, or the ultimate mission and goal of mainstream media. And to say that there is a legitimate media, there is a critical journalism, I would say he was really a successful product of media manipulation. Because if you don't research, I am not a journalist, I am not a broadcasting graduate or communication degree, but I dig deeper and research on the chronicles of the media. And as late as 1920s, shaping the mind of the people to create an approval, to form their thinking, their reasoning, how they behave, how they move, and everything, how they react, is created for the very reason of dictating the people through mainstream media. So, ang sabihin niya na, ganito kasi, before I researched this, before I knew about all of this, I really thought that the basic precepts of mainstream media is for checks and balance. To check that nobody is oppressed, that there is social justice, that there is no biases in government engagement, to call out politicians and so. But The fact of the matter is that is only their front as ethics of journalism. But history dictates, and even you guys can research, that their main goal and media is created for the very reason of propaganda, manipulating the minds of the people. So, to go back to Spox, Rokito said that the legitimate media, they exercise critical journalism. Sir, history dictated, and they were even created not for critical criticism or to call out people or to make sure there is social justice. They are created to mold the frame of mind of the people, to dictate the people to behave in such a way that they want. That is the ultimate mission, the secret job description of the mainstream media. And to say that the DDS should understand or like give way to the legitimate media because they were the ones helping elect President Duterte by exposing the incompetence of the previous administration. I would say they are even protecting the previous administration. They are even incriminating Duterte during the campaign on his alleged misdeeds, on actually to the point of disenfranchising the intellect of Duterte and the intellect of the residents in Davao City, which put him there at the pedestal as a mayor for 20 years, having Davao City as his exhibit. So that alone, sir, you won't really discount the fact that you hurt the DDS people, because it is not the mainstream media who really created this impetus that people voted for him. It is because of our awakening, our frustrations, because even mainstream media will gonna hide those under the rugs, the incompetence, the mediocrity of the previous administration. Because of the social media, people were well informed, and they knew for the fact that mainstream media are lopsided because, again, those people at the mainstream media, even you guys wanna engage me in a debate, kayo mga Maria Reza, kayo mga, even Pia Ranada, even sa lahat ninyo, ako, I would be very confident right now to engage in a healthy mental exercise with you all, considering that having the historical perspective of why media is created, you cannot dispute the fact that you were born out of this to manipulate our minds. So where is the legitimacy then for checks and balance? None. The very reason that you're created for that purpose, then you have to stand on that purpose, and you are dictated by the few privileged. Who are those? Those advertisers, those corporations that paid you to discuss informations so that it will shape our mindset, it will frame our belief, and it will be exhibited in our behavior, and even shape our decision making during the election. So, Spokes Roque, you're a lawyer. I give you the benefit of the doubt that you might not be much unaware on the creation of the media and what are really the job of the mainstream media. But I give you the benefit of the doubt, or this is my take. You are indeed a product of a successful mind framing, molding, and manipulation of the mainstream media, because people who believe them were really the subconscious mind were really following what the mainstream media dictated. So you lose your critical thinking analysis. This perspective of mine does not come from me. I mean, created by my insight. This is research-based. And I will give you a very historical, a big world event that made made Mr. Bernays very popular, made him the father of public relations, the father of manipulation, propaganda, and media. During World War I, he was hired by former President Woodrow to make believe that to be able to be given the authority by the American people and the US Congress to wage war in Europe, he has to create a story to frame the minds of the people to support the war, that we need this war against Germany to promote democracy. We need this war to be able to save the lives of the people in Europe being under in an autocratic rule. That was all propaganda. And did you know that smoking, the Lucky Star cigarette, he was hired by big corporation because late 1920s, the company owner of the Lucky cigarette, yung sigarilyo dito sa Amerika, make a big losses. So he need to recoup, he need to gain profit. So he was consulted, he was hired. He's the master manipulator and propagandist in the media. So what he did is, women at the time, they don't have equal rights with men. So at the 5th Street in New York, in an event, he hired like sikat na mga Hollywood na mga artista and even models or everything to light a cigarette, all of them, and walk down the 5th Street of New York. And that indication that women were smoking in public is to show that the cigarette is a torch of freedom. So people supported women has been empowered, that they are not inferior to men. So mga babae noon, nagsigarilyo. Not knowing that he was paid by the owner of the Lucky Star to frame the mind of the citizen so that mahalin, may bumili ng sigarilyo. And indeed, it hit the market. The owner of the cigarette company, the Lucky Star, became an instant millionaire. That time, if you're a millionaire, you are a trillionaire, right? That is the effect of advertisement of the media to create a mind frame that, imagine, sigarilyo, torch of freedom daw. So mga babae, nagsigarilyo na. Lahat bumili ng mga yosi, hindi nila alam na it was a ploy. That is really the work of the media to change your mindset. Another one, in America, bacon and egg. Bacon and egg. He was a master manipulator at the media before to create a norm of a hearty breakfast. So using a doctor, he hired some doctors and interviewed the doctors, because doctors can be synonymous to a good health, something like that. So he hired prominent doctors and, on the spot asked him questions. Which is better, eating a hearty meal of eggs and bacon versus skimpy meal of candy or just coffee? Skimpy breakfast. So with it, people really believe that at breakfast in America, it should be mandatory to have bacon, to have egg. Not knowing that he was paid by those owner of the company of the bacon. And indeed, it is history until right now. We look for, every now and then, I look for bacon and egg during breakfast. It was ingrained at the mind of the people to behave that way. And he was really the one become the impetus of public relations. Schools were created, curriculum were created to become a master propagandist. And that is the work of the broadcasters, the journalists, of the people at the field, at the media. Tell me, guys, if I am wrong. Swear it to me. Maria Reza, Inquirer, kayo lahat. Tell me if what I said is wrong. And you claim that your job is to call out people for checks and balance? That is just a front. You are there created to shape our decision making, to shape how we behave, to make us as a robot. That is real talk down there, right? So spokesroki, before you open your mouth and give the credit to the mainstream media, sir, visit in retrospect the history of how media was created, how they become a business, how they thrive, and what's the purpose of having them and having surveys sa SWS even there is no election. Again, it's part of the propaganda to check the sentiments of the people, if the support is still there. And mainstream media, this is really the problem. Because being a news reporter, being a journalist, as a news reporter, your job is to report the factual thing happening, factuality, the truth. But what happened because of the influence of money from your advertisers, the corporation owners, instead of just simply reporting the fact, the situation, what happened, what you did is you're dipping your fingers, you're putting your own personal opinion on the news story. That alone that invalidates at all the content of the news. Your job is just report what happened, walang kulang, walang labis. But to sell, to create an influence, you guys sensationalize the story. You guys hyperinflate the story. And you are not aware. You are aware because that is your job. And you're not aware that at the receiver, sa mga tao, it connotes a different perspective. So, pero 99% of the time, media is effective in manipulating the minds of the people. So ngayon, matanong ko sa inyo, maniwala pa ba kayo sa mainstream media? Maniwala pa ba kayo sa mga news? Hindi na talaga ako maniwala sa kanila. The key there to validate information is to ask them who sponsored this event or this newscast or this documentary program. Ask them, because from there you would know who is the producer of the show, because you would know that these people work for the interest of those. See? Spokeshareroke, you are an evidence that nobody has the monopoly of knowledge and information. Being you as a highly skilled, brilliant lawyer, I was shocked beyond imagination that a highly, I would say, successful lawyer, a brilliant one, an authority at your field, is unaware on the historical domain of what really is the job of journalists and the mainstream media. And to say that legitimate sila, you're a product of their manipulation. They were successful in molding your mind that you believe them. I did expect a lawyer could have been manipulated by a mere media personnel. I thought only people at the hinterland. Marami pa talagang unaware or uninformed. I might not be the authority to say on this because this is not my field. But I challenge all of you, study what I'm saying. Study Bernard Barclay's, the father of public relations, manipulation of the masses, hacking democracy, Um, what else? Social engineering. Study that. I mean, research that. Even you don't go to the institutions. Kahit hindi kayo magpunta sa Oxford na website, or even this one I got it from Stanford, I got it from Oxford, and in getting ideas, you have to research, and you have to research in an institution that is credible. So I challenge everyone, even i-Google ninyo, the father of propaganda, the father of public relations, how media started and everything. Lalabas lahat itong sinasabi ko. So I challenge the mainstream media, prove me that I'm wrong. Prove me that I'm wrong. Because history really dictates, and everything. Ako, I don't cite Wikipedia, because not all in Wikipedia can be trusted. But even Wikipedia, try to research. Lalabas lahat itong sinasabi ko. So, Spokes Harry Roque, you still have my respect. I give you the benefit of the doubt, but please be mindful on your words, because even some research in the Philippines, but with the absence of multi blind studies and magnitude of samples, kahit ilan lang na study, it really proved to show that the social media was the key player in the election of the president, because it really provide alternative facts versus the bayarang mainstream media. And I hope with that you realize the power of social media. And unfair to credit the election of the president. Kami, we don't have the monopoly na dahil talaga sa social media. Partly, I would say a big it's a big cut on the pie. The social media really, right, Ate Selimir? So, again, Mr. Spokes Hararoke, be careful on your words. Ako, I criticize, but on a rational, I research, pero hindi matabunan natin ang logical reasoning kung magalit ako. And with it, I will be using my emotion as my motivation of my words. So I have to make sure that all the words came from my mind is from the research and from my logical reasoning, not from the feelings. Because if I will use that, nagalit ako at i-bash kita, Mr. Spokes Hariroke, I would say, I will be like you, a product of media manipulation, utilizing emotion over logic, right? So, it's 8:37. I see my first patient at 10. So, Ate Sally, hello, salamat. Bloom Oliver. Yes, Kapit Kamay, yeah. Zinaida Sanchez, J.D. Bull, Boyet Abinang. Grabe, galit ang DDS. Wag naman kayong magalit. Give him the benefit of the doubt muna. Maybe he is just uninformed on this, even if he's a lawyer. Like what I said, nobody has the monopoly of information and knowledge. This is not his field of expertise. So, kung journalist, yeah, then I would really blame him. And maybe unaware or, uninformed on this, or really a product of a successful media manipulation, shaping the minds of the people. A lawyer being persuaded by the propaganda of the mainstream media, convinced and really believed, right? I thought it won't happen. Least you expect that to a lawyer. Probably to people who not really so well schooled or something, but coming from a lawyer, least that I expected. But like what I said, nobody has the monopoly of information knowledge. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Thank you, Andrew Marisa. Salamat. Thank you, J. Marville. Carmi names, hello. Thank you. One thing. Ay. Hi to Mr. Artemio Dumawang, cousin of Ate Selimir. Gladys Maanyag. Okay. Ambungan. Gladys, this is my classmate in college in Toronto. Grabe ang korupsyon sa DepEd. Superintendent. Huh? This is new info. It states that I need to talk to you because the corruption in DepEd is rampant. Superintendent, schools division superintendent. Even the Kabit has BMW. The family has Montero. Collections of Hermes bag. I will talk to you on this and verify information before I will gonna give out the name of the person. But thank you, Glads. Thank you for the info. So yeah. So I hope in my own little humble perspective, we are enlightened on what really is the role of the mainstream media to shape how we behave, how we think, and to dictate how we elect people, what we eat. Lahat ginawa tayong robot. That's their job, actually. And depende sa pusta, or it depends upon, say, advertisers ako, hiring Rappler or Inquirer, say, okay, 20 million. Create an image of our company that like this and like that. Ang usa is 10 million. Siyempre, adto sila sa dako. See? I did not accuse Rappler and Inquirer. That's just an analogy, for example. That is really a fact. That is a fact, and that is not a muru-muru. The art and science of media propaganda. It is the cornerstone of social psychological research, the primary means of social influence, the persuasion. Propaganda techniques are heavily funded endeavors that apply social psychology theory to practice shaping and maintaining particular bent of social consciousness on a collective scale. Considered as many as the conscious and intelligent manipulation of an organized habits. That's according to Edward Bernays. That opinions of the masses is an important element in a democratic society. But there were few unseen mechanisms of society that constitute an invisible government. They are really the true ruling power of the country. Who are they? Those who owns the media, the oligarch. We are actually governed. Our minds are molded. Our tastes are formed. Our ideas are suggested largely by men who have never been seen. That is according to the father of propaganda himself, Mr. Edward Bernays. So there is no such thing as critical journalism. There is no such thing as legitimate media. So the opportunities for manipulation are open to anyone who understands the process as a result of psychological research coupled with modern means of communication. The practice of democracy, even in regime change, even in approval of the whole country. Mga survey. Last na lang, before give me 5 minutes, I'll be finished. Remember during the invasion of Iraq, by President George Bush. He needs an approval again of the US Congress with a consensus of the approval of the citizen. So to create a ploy, the CIA hired, hinayin ako istorya kay lisod na, they hired a media firm, a marketing firm, a PR relations firm. And that PR relations firm at the hearing of US Congress put in at the witness stand nurse and Arnia. The nurse is Aquaiti. She said that at the hospitals, the babies, mga 30 kabuok, mga gipangkuan, kinuna ng incubator ng mga Iraqi soldiers. Namatay ang mga babies, yung iba pinalamigan. So, they were really creating a scenario that they need to invade Iraq to promote democracy, social justice, and that is the right thing to do. Tuod man, history dictate that Iraq was invaded because of, they said, weapons of mass destruction, but there being none. Amnesty International was the first one who removed their support and apologized because they found out that the nurse, Anya, is actually the daughter of Kuwait ambassador to the US. Meaning, upon investigation, those incidents didn't happen. It was a make-believe, a story. And when she had the testimony in a split second, CNN, CBS, BBC, all media institute worldwide shape the minds of the citizen, not just in America, worldwide, that they have to invade Iraq because of this atrocity. Using the emotion to show the babies in the picture killed, kinunan daw ng incubator ang mga bata, nangamatay, pinalamigan daw sa mga soldiers. See the effect? It was the life of the country. They invaded Iraq because of that, because that is social justice. That is, they have to do. It is a must to do it, to save the people. Can you imagine the effect? A downfall, not just of the head of state, but a downfall of a country, a sovereign country. And again, that was a manipulation of the media. It was actually a fake news. We realized late na. Iraq was down on its knees. What can they do? Wala na. See? Please research on this and you tell me if I am wrong. Because these are all products of mainstream media. They hype that. Reuters, lahat. Blasting, sila lahat. Imagine, it shaped the opinion of the people, not just in America, but the whole world. And supporting the invasion of Iraq. See? And after that, the former President Bush, in his speech, almost every day for 11 times in 1 week, ulit-ulit niyang i-quote yung nurse niya na yung mga bata na pinatay daw sa mga soldier ng Iraqi soldier. So, the US Congress, with the vote of majority, supported the invasion. Isipin nyo, ilang bilyon ang nagastos na pera. Ilang sundalong Amerikano ang namamatay. Civilian sa Iraq na mamatay. See? Product of media manipulation. Thank you. It's time to go to work. I have to take a shower pa. And I hope you guys, in my own little discussions, you're able to gain some insights and lesson. Thank you all and God bless. Maraming salamat mga ka-DDS. And Miss Tilia Boch, Mr. Edi Panamora, Albert Hamero, Bunit Tulabu Tagle, Abinang. Ate Selimir, DDS Norton, thank you. Mr. Boyet Olithao. That's right, sir. No. To engage Mr. Hariroki on that, kasi if ibas mo at awayin mo kaagad, emotions run high, and mahirap na kasi if you don't give the benefit on him. Ako, I respect the other vloggers. If di ba shame or awayin sila, that is their how they cope up with, it's a coping, reaction. I respect them on that. Basta puro tayo DDS, yun lang, walang awayan, ha? So sa kanila yan, ito din sa akin. So this is my way of how to engage with Spox Hariroki. God bless us all, and maraming salamat and good morning. Thank you. I love you. Keldayag again. Bye-bye.